Hello, welcome to Cue Fitness and Pilates. Today we are going to talk about optimizing feeling your glutes in a bridge. And this variation that I'm going to show you is really what I will generally use for a warm-up before a client does like a hip thrust, or if they're doing any exercise where they might have a little bit of trouble finding their glutes in that movement. You are going to need a prop for this, so you can either use a yoga block, a half foam roller, a firm pillow, an Eric's pad, let me keep going, a Pilates ball, or like a kid's squishy ball. Anything that you can kind of squeeze in between your knees. So we're going to lie down on our backs, and you're going to find your hip distance apart. So to find that, you're going to bring your feet completely together. You're going to turn your toes out like you're in a ballet position, and then you're going to bring your heels in line with your toes. And then I want you to just look up, and if you can, I guess I can't really see, just try to make sure that your feet are parallel and you're not turning out when you're in this position, because it's just going to change how you're activating your glutes. So now you're going to take your prop and put it in between your knees. The distance of where your feet are compared to your glutes is kind of personal. I like to start with like a pretty good bend, but if you feel too much quad, you might want to start inching them away from you. If you're feeling way too much hamstrings, you might want to start pulling your heels back towards you. But really, I feel like with this variation, it's pretty foolproof in feeling your glutes. You're going to bring your hands down by your sides. We are using our whole bodies, as we do all the time here at Cue Fitness and Pilates. So yes, we're isolating our glutes, but you're thinking about your whole body to help you find that. So you're going to draw your shoulder blades down, press your arms into the floor so you feel your back connected to the floor. Now I'm going to firmly press my toes down into the floor. That's just going to make me start to squeeze the block naturally. So I'm finding power through my legs, so those inner thighs should start to contract. Now I'm going to take a sip of air in through my nose, and that air is going to go laterally and to the back of my ribs, just like I'm doing a Pilates breath, if you know how to do that. And then when I exhale, I'm going to find my core connection. So go back and watch core connection breathing if you need help with that. So I'm going to feel like a really nice tight, my favorite cue is zipper, from the pubic bone to the belly button, and I'm going to start a pelvic tuck. I am not squeezing my glutes to get there. I don't want you to do that. Trust me, if you use your core enough, you're going to actually feel your glutes get much, much tighter. They are directly connected, as you can see. So now I'm going to continue to curl my pelvis. And as I do that, again, I am just thinking core, 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 core. Okay, I'm going to keep pushing my feet into the floor. I'm going to keep squeezing that block. I'm going to press my back into the ground. But in this bridge variation, I don't care how high up you get, okay? Notice how I'm really tucked under and I'm curled, okay? I want your ribs to remain lower than your hips. Your hips should be higher, right? So oftentimes we feel like we're not getting up high enough in a bridge, and you just like see people push their arms down and shoot their butts into the air. You'll probably feel glutes, but this is the way that I'm going to teach it to you now. So again, ribs stay lower than your hips. You are tucked under in that pelvis, but not by clenching the glutes, okay? By finding the pelvic floor. Now I'm going to roll down one vertebrae at a time from my ribs to my hips, and that should just feel good. Keep squeezing the block. I'm not letting my shoulders rise up, so I'm using my back to help maintain that nice shoulder blade position. Well, let's do another one together. So again, let's go through all the cues. I know there's a lot. Push your toes hard into the ground. That should just naturally get the legs and inner thighs fired up. Push your arms into the floor. So I'm feeling my back connected to the ground. Sip of air in through the nose. Exhale. I'm finding that pelvic floor contraction. For this one, usually I like to say something like blow out through a long straw, but I actually also really love the balloon visualization. So imagine you're blowing up a really big balloon. And that's, again, it's just releasing all of the air from your core so you can optimize that contraction. And then you're going to roll back down one vertebrae at a time. Okay, if you do not feel your glutes, I want you to tell me in the comments, because that one has yet to fail me. So that is your glute bridge variation for the day. Check me out for more videos. Thanks.